Chucky Okobi back with more basic instructions. Now, if you've been paying attention and focusing when watching my videos recently, you realize that basic instructions is more than just a title or a brand. There are 4 actual basic instructions that anybody can apply to their circumstance to achieve their biggest goals or create any positive change that they desire in any area of life. I mean, whether it be in your career, family, relationships, or your health and fitness. Now, today I want to focus on one of the basic instructions in particular that has been a main focus and coming up more and more in conversations I've had recently. Basic instruction number 2 is decide on your specific desired outcome. And when you think about it now, you realize that's just a deeper way of approaching goal setting. Now, in the field of personal development and coaching, we think about goal setting as a major focus in your personal growth. So let's get deeper into it. I believe the legendary motivational speaker Zig Ziglar is credited with this bit of wisdom. If you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else. I mean, think about it. You realize that if I don't have a specific destination I'm working towards getting to, how do I know which direction to go in? How do I know what actions I can take that will get me there? How do I determine what habits to develop, which habits to get rid of? I mean, without a goal, a specific desired outcome, I'm sure you'd agree, getting up every day and busting my tail working can feel almost pointless, am I right? One thing that many new clients have said when they first reach out to me and are considering basic instructions, mind mastery coaching, when I ask them what they would like to be, do, or have in the future, an answer I get pretty regularly is, I know what I don't want, but I have no idea what I do want. Or they'll have a vague idea of what they want, more money or lose some weight. You realize more and some are ambiguous adjectives. And I want to remind you that basic instruction number 2 is decide on your specific desired outcome. Now, many of us can relate to in the past setting a goal that was just a number, like a dollar amount I'd like to make or a number of pounds that I'd like to lose. Now, how many of us can admit to ourselves that having just a number as my objective in the past has led to the journey towards achieving that goal feeling laborious, unpleasant, hard work that we're grudgingly tolerating just to reach that goal? The journey to this goal doesn't feel good, and you find it difficult to have fun as you work towards this. I mean, the negative emotions you felt about getting up and going to the gym early or working those extra hours leads us to eventually fall off track and inevitably fall short of that goal, feeling like a failure. And I feel you, my hand's up with you. Now, there are 2 reasons why that happens in my experience. The first one, just the number of dollars to gain or pounds to lose, frankly, that's simply not specific enough to motivate and inspire me to take action. Again, basic instruction number 2 is decide on your specific desired outcome. The second reason, emotions are just energy. Think about it. That's why they're called emotions. If I'm feeling negative emotions on this journey towards my goal, the end result is likely to mirror the energy I felt along the way. So if I was feeling negative, this end result is probably going to feel the same. There is a more basic approach that makes the work we have to do to get to our biggest and most important goals feel like we imagine it would feel to actually be, do, or have that ideal result now, and feel that good the entire time we are working towards it. Check this out. Stay with me. One thing that we all have the capability to do and experience in is what I believe is the greatest skill that one needs to set ambitious goals that are attainable and make reaching these lofty intentions an easy and natural process. It's really funny when I think about it now. The best way to achieve our goals as adults is to think like a child. Follow me on this. Think about it. One thing we can say when we think back on our own childhood is that we all played make-believe as children. Imaginative play is when children use their imaginations and play without rules or structure. It's also called pretend, dramatic play, make-believe. Imaginative play is an essential part of any childhood. And with this limitless, open-ended, unstructured play, kids can be anything they want, whether it's a chef in a restaurant, a race car driver, astronaut, princess, superhero. There's no limit to what we can dream of. I know you'd agree. I mean, we all have extensive experience of playing make-believe ourselves. I mean, we were all kids at one point, am I right? We worked out that imagination muscle regularly for years as children. And now that we're all grown up, it's time to flex that muscle again. So when I'm coaching you on how to more effectively set goals for the future, what we're talking about is making our goals 3-dimensional. When we think about our ideal future result as we set goals, that's when that make-believe muscle comes into play. Just let your imagination run wild with no limits. Envision what life will look like, sound like, and feel like when I finally do achieve that specific desired result. Just like children do when playing pretend, make this picture in your mind as vivid and detailed as you possibly can. Bring your perfect reality to life in your mind. Think to yourself now, what's the most incredible thing that could happen for me? Just imagine that now. In your mind now, make this vision a panoramic 3D movie. Make it colorful, make it bright. Experience it in your mind now. See it, hear it, and feel all the positive emotions you're gonna feel when the journey ends in the most successful way possible. This is how specific we wanna be when goal setting. This is the thought I want to have each and every day that I'm working towards reaching that goal. This is important to see your future this way because what we perceive about the future alters our energy, emotions, and behavior in the present. By creating this three-dimensional vision of the future, I'm sure you can imagine, that will evoke the positive emotions of this picture in the present. And just like when we were kids playing make-believe, now when we're working towards this desired outcome, instead of loathing the work to get there, now we lose ourselves in it because we're having so much fun in our work. Before you know it, you've achieved the desired outcome that matches the energy of the vision you created in your mind. So one may want to consider when setting goals is to think back and remember what it was like to lose yourself in the fun of playing pretend. Start flexing that imagination muscle again and create your perfect reality. See it in your mind. Because I can tell you from personal experience, if you can see it, you can be it. Success is simple if you know the basic instructions.